Hello again, welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. It's Paul Schrimpf and reunited with Eric after having kind of separated for a couple of weeks. You were at the Environmental Respect Awards for a week, and then I was off to InfoAg.
Correct.
Last week with a big contingent from the Precision Ag crew along with some Crop Life folks, and it was a really good, another excellent crowd. We had the international folks there from ICPA. It was an interesting mix of folks. Just a couple observations. I think it was interesting. I think a lot of folks are concerned about the kind of the ag economy where crop prices are going. Certainly, seem to be fewer growers on the floor. I mean, usually we'll see a subset of higher end farmers come in and take in the conference, and there was substantially less of that. But there was plenty of different practitioners, lots of consultants, the usual. Folks that come together for these things, and I guess the other thing I would note is that a lot of there's a lot of companies that are doing very similar things. We figured maybe last year we'd see a bit of a sorting out. I think we've seen fewer drone companies, certainly, than we did last year. This year there's a lot of data. There's a lot of data analysis. It continues to be a hot topic that people are talking about and that people are engaged in and providing solutions to. But there's just at this point we still need to see kind of a sorting out of some of these solutions. We need to see more collaboration moving forward. I think next year we'll see. Next year I'll predict again. Next year I think we'll probably see fewer players, given where the economy is kind of going. Maybe reality sets in for some folks, and we see some of these things coming together. Talking to some growers this morning too, and I think there's still some frustration about how all these tools are going to come together and work effectively for growers. We still feel on the crop life side, of course, that retailers and consultants are going to be key to helping growers to integrate these things, but a lot of the tools still don't talk to each other very effectively. So. A lot of good technology, a lot of interesting ideas, lots of great agronomy and agronomic discussions, lots of progress and research. But I think on tools and technology side, we still have a ways to go collaboratively. So what do you got this week?
Okay, well, speaking of tools, Paul, thank you. One of the things we're getting ready to do here at Crop Life is for our October edition, we're going to be having an outsert mailing along with that talking about weed management. And one item I ran across this morning has to do with a company is developing with a grant of about $1 million a product called Nature Zap, when this is actually a light wand that uses blue light and heat to target weeds and kill them, going down about 2 inches in the soil, which doesn't affect plants around them, but is pretty effective, about 70-80% kill rate, according to the company developing this product. The company said that it's pretty effective on crabgrass, dandelion, and ragweed. So this is something, obviously, that's probably way down the future, coming down the line perhaps for the ag marketplace to control some of those herbicide-resistant weeds we have in the field, Paul. But perhaps someday, rather than folks in the field physically removing things like palmer and ragweed by hand, we may be seeing them just take a light wand and apply a little heat ray and basically take care of the weeds that way.
So either that, or you can pay me $1 million and I can come take the weeds out of your yard.
And there's a thought too.
Not quite as sustainable as the technology, but I could do it for a while.
Okay.
Well, we get a chance to talk to the folks at the Fertilizer Institute about the 4R Advocate program. That's the program where retailer and grower pairings are nominated to be 4R advocates, and I think it's the 6th or 7th year. I actually say it in the video, I think correctly, hopefully. But I got a chance to interview a couple of the winners from 2015 and talked a little bit about the program with them while I was at the show floor, and here's a clip from that conversation. This is Paul Schrimpf, Executive Editor of Crop Life Magazine, and I'm here at the InfoAg conference, where there's a lot of talk about precision technology, and especially how precision technology is used in nutrient management and nitrogen optimization, and a lot of technology to help manage nutrients. Joining us at InfoAg is the Fertilizer Institute, and we've been talking about them out there for our advocacy program, and specifically for 6 years they've been honoring 4R advocates. And we have a couple of folks from their 2015 class. We have Malcolm Stambo, and we have James Shope. And it's a retailer-grower combination. That's how they're nominated. Is you have a grower and a retailer together talking about the decisions that they make and the things that they do on the farm. But Malcolm, you can tell me a little bit about some of the things that you discovered in the process of filling out or going for this award about your own operation.
Yeah, well, one of the main things we did, we know we're doing a lot of things right, and I wanted to get it out there to make sure everyone knew what the 4R program was about, and just to make sure that the advocates that have learned a lot more by being involved in the program and their operation too.
Well, what kind of things are you doing specifically on the nitrogen or nutrient front?
Basically, we're doing a lot of strip tilling, putting banding and furrow, that type stuff. Just watching cost efficiencies along that line. We brought a lot of that to the forefront.
And as a grower, how has a retailer kind of helped you to shape your nutrition program and how you approach nutrient management overall?
Probably the most important thing to date has been using our yield data in our nutrient prescriptions. We take past yield data, multiple years, form that into a prescription, and they help me do that. So it's a direct positive towards putting the right product in the right place, which is a big part of 4R program.
So over the last, I guess, year and a half now, what have you been doing to help spread the word about the 4R program as part of your victory in having won this award?
One of the things we've been doing as some local advocates is to start up a group specifically focusing on nutrient stewardship and hosting local meetings to get the word out, local field days, and again, bringing in speakers to talk specifically to the tools that are out there and what we can do as growers and as retailers to promote nutrient stewardship and use the tools that are out there to do the best that we can, keep the nutrients where we need them, get the most utilization, the best economics out of everything.
And why did you choose James out of all the folks that you work with? Why was he a standout in your mind?
Because he's up to the forefront of technology and one that's willing to take his farming operation to the next step.
That's terrific. Well, I appreciate you two joining us today. You have until October 31st to submit nomination forms for the Advocate Award in 2017, and the winners get to go to Commodity Classic and enjoy a ceremony there, and I think an all expenses paid trip there, which is a nice trip and a chance to really talk to other folks that are doing the same things. There are five total winners overall. I mean, what did you enjoy about Commodity Classic last year when you did it?
It was just a great trip, a nice show to go, and like you said, just meet other advocates, what they're doing, kind of bounce ideas off of one another, and that's all part of it, is to learn from each other. So it was a nice prize to I guess for the whole advocacy program.
Well, thanks again for joining us, gentlemen. We do encourage you to apply today. Well, that's it for this edition of Retail Week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.